That's what we're meant to do. Go live. We've gone live for you. Are we live? Hello, I'm Paul.
I'm Jason.
Together we are
Those vegan guys.
How is everybody? We've got 33 in the house for the first 13 seconds. Fabulous.
Amazing.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here early. It's a chilled one in our lounge. It's Friday night, chilling in the lounge, live streaming on YouTube. Great to connect with you all, as always.
Oh, we've got two moderators this evening, the lovely Ashley and the lovely Leanne. Ladies, thank you so much for taking time out your Friday night to be here.
Yes.
It's massively appreciated.
Definitely.
Be nice to them. That's not a request.
I've got a decaf coffee and a mint.
We have.
As is often the case.
We have indeed.
And all is as good as it can be in our little bubble. Hope it is for all you lot. I'm sure at some point this evening we will briefly touch on the debacle that is going on in England at the moment in terms of everything.
Yeah.
Down there in that there London.
We'll chat a little bit about that, although I did do a kitchen vlog about it all yesterday.
Yes.
And about the importance of limiting your time watching the news, because it is just a shit cycle at the moment. And it's a revolving door of chaos, to put it politely.
That's one way of putting it, isn't it?
Somebody said that on news, and I was like, "Yep, that's it."
Stan. It was Stan.
Was it?
Yeah, he said it like 3 times, and then it became like a headline because that's why he said it 3 times.
Yeah,
it was like because he knew everyone would pick up on it.
Well, if Johnson could say, "Get Brexit done,"
so
good. And that becomes a headline until we destroy ourselves. That was funny when we did that.
So it's a usual Friday night in the lounge, and we'll catch you up on what's been going on. We'll answer any questions.
What has been going on, Jason?
I'm setting my stall out. I'm setting our stall out. We'll answer any questions that you might have, on as many as we can whilst we're here. We'll tell you what's coming up.
Yeah, we'll tell you all kinds of stuff. But first of all, we've got my lovely drag daughter. If you don't know, Angharads Life.
Yes.
Who's almost always the first one in the chat here. Angharads Life is my drag daughter, who lives down in Wales with her actual parents, the fabulous Linda and Ian. And whenever they're up in Manchester, we eat with them. They're our family in Wales. We love them all dearly. Anyway, Angharad has had another right big surgery. The girl has had so many surgeries throughout her life. It's just incredible.
Yeah.
I've always called her a surthriver.
Surthriver.
Hashtag surthriver. Because she thrives. She doesn't just survive. Anyway, she's had another surgery on her ankle this time. She's had a cast swapped. So she was just chatting in the chat and saying like she's had a pink cast. And I said, send me a picture on Insta and I'll show it on my phone. So there is Angharad's pink, bright pink cast. Girl, that is a drag queen cast if ever I saw one.
That's like, for me, that's like the classic pink from the 80s.
Yeah.
Cerise.
Yeah. Almost cerise.
Fabulous. As fabulous.
So there you go. Now you've all seen Angharad's cast, and you can wish her well in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
But the best thing you can do for Angharad is subscribe, because there's this funny thing called YouTube, right? And what the really important thing for YouTubers are, in order of importance, people that like us. Number 2, therefore willing to subscribe. Number 3, want to comment and interact. Number 4, click the notification bell. Number 5, stick around and become part of the family.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? In a nutshell, that's pretty much it, isn't it? It gets the YouTube robots paying attention. It gets the down-to-earth vegan message out there far and wide. Because, it's a very confusing world for people. And with lots of bizarre disinformation being spread far and wide from people in the agricultural industry, in the animal agricultural industry and the dairy industry that have got huge amounts of money.
You've gone off on a real tangent.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, that's where a lot of the disinformation comes from. And when there's people that are sort of sitting on the fence and they don't really know, sometimes they come across our channel, and our down-to-earth approach kind of helps them on that journey. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Right, enjoyed that. I've almost finished my decaf coffee. And now I have finished it. So there we go.
This week, we both booked Thursday off work. You may have seen I did a short. Those shorts will become a regular feature on the channel, by the way, because YouTube is really pushing them at the moment and wanting creators to make shorts. Direct competition for TikTok.
Yeah.
Although if you're wise, you upload them to both.
Well, yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it, really? Definitely. Yeah, so there will be more shorts on the channel.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the Tesco one the other day. That was one. And then I did one. I've done a few.
You've done a few, haven't you? Yeah.
Trying to get them out.
Oh, nice one, Ashley. Ashley says, I always try to go back through your vlogs and comment/like if I haven't. That's awesome. And it's appreciated. It is. The comments are appreciated.
And noticed.
Yeah, and noticed. Yeah, we don't miss much. I don't think you miss anything. I don't miss much. I might occasionally miss one or two things. Paul doesn't really miss anything at all. And we really do do our best to keep up with all the chat, all the comments on all the vlogs. Most definitely. It means the world. It really does. Tom Hemmings is in the house. Imran is in the house. We've got Dorcas. Welcome one and all. We've got 95 in the house, and we're not even 7 minutes in. Yes.
If we could have a couple of thumbs up, that would be awesome. It'd be nice if it matched. Because I always say, if you're watching and enjoying, it'd be nice for you to give us a thumbs up. And if you're watching and not enjoying, what are you doing to yourself? Don't do that. Go and find something you like. What will they against you?
Yes, very true. Very true. Tracy has just popped in. Just wanted to check in and give a thumbs up. Leroy and I need to run an errand to the cemetery to deliver fall arrangements. We'll stop back when I have a signal. Love, Tracy. Thanks for popping in, Tracy. Thank you.
My love to you both.
Yes. See, that's Naomi says, I love shorts. I can easily spend an hour binging YouTube shorts. I think that's the thing, isn't it, Naomi? I think a lot of people are really getting into those short, quick delivered bits of information or entertainment.
Although it's funny, you know, because on YouTube they are either 15 or 60 seconds.
Yeah.
On TikTok, they're 15 seconds, 60 seconds, or 3 minutes.
Oh, okay.
You can do a 3-minute one on TikTok now.
I'll be honest, TikTok is the social media platform I know the least about.
Oh, and me, it's still very alien to me. I've got an account and everything. I've been uploading stuff there for ages as those vegan guys, but I don't really get it.
Mm-hmm.
We had like one TikTok that went slightly tiny viral. It had like 65,000 views. It was that one I did in Sainsbury's that day, where I was just like, I was filming all the vegan stuff, and I was like, when there's all of this choice, all of this that looks and tastes like, why would you?
Yeah, nice. Vegan runner as well. Love the shorts as they give me a little break in my day. Yeah, I think that's it. Sometimes a lot of people are going to respond to the shorts, and then other people naturally, because that's the way the world works, other people naturally prefer something they can kind of sit down, relax with a brew.
Well, I don't mind doing both, because it's like, it's not going to have any effect on our regular content, on the stuff that we do regularly and we enjoy doing.
Yeah.
And it is always, you know, lengthy. But they're really easy to just do and whack up. You know, so
it's true. It's true. They're easy to do, and I'm sure that not all of our Vlogmas videos through December will be shorts, but there'll definitely be a few in the mix there
Of
for
course
sure.
there will. Absolutely.
I like Dorcas's comment. Dorcas, going back to what we were saying before, 50 thumbs up on the live stream, by the way. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Dorcas said, have pre-thumbed, Paul. Smiley face. Pre-thumbed before the live even started. That's quality, that. Thank you, Dorcas.
Thank you.
Right, I'm going to scroll down to see where we're up to. Yes, okay. All is good. All is good.
So, yes, we were going to chat about what else we'd done this week, weren't we?
Yeah.
So we had Thursday off.
We had Thursday off.
And we did the little Tesco short.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know if you follow us on Instagram or Facebook, but we did give our verdict on the pie that we had from Tesco in the meal deal. That meal deal is good value, you know. A main, a side, and a dessert for £8 for 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
So this time we got the steak and ale pie. No steak and ale pie, it's called. With the triple threat veg. But we added some wedges and some coleslaw to the meal. And we had the chocolate brownie sundaes, which we've had before, we discovered. When we had them, we were like, we have had these before and they're gorgeous.
Yes.
And they are.
Yeah.
They could do with a chunk more cake.
A little bit stingy on the brownie.
Yeah,
only slightly.
Yeah.
Slightly stingy on the brownie.
But the pies were, if they weren't £5 a box, standalone, they would knock Linda McCartney's pies off the #1 spot. But price is a massive factor for everything we do on this channel. It has to be down to earth. And Linda McCartney pies you can still get for under £3.
Yeah.
For 2 in a box. And they've always tasted great. However, if it just came down to flavour, texture and girth, the no steak and ale from Tesco would win. They are gorgeous. And if you've never tried them and have the chance to, please do. It's our recommendation.
It's a girthy pie.
Oh, she's girthy.
And that's kind of what you want when you're having a pie, isn't it? So yeah, we've done, actually, over the last few days, we've done quite a bit of shopping as well. You know, we've been shopping every day somewhere, haven't we? And got picked up bits and a few things.
We've kind of needed to, though, haven't we? That's the thing.
Today, we've been cooking in the kitchen.
We have. There's a recipe video coming up
tomorrow.
And me. He starts. You'll see.
You'll see. Hopefully, you'll see. Yeah, there's going to be a short cooking vlog uploaded on the channel tomorrow. Hope you get a chance to check it out because it's a good one. And I will. I'm doing summer in the kitchen with Paul's help, of course. So yeah, that'll be fun. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to. Interesting stuff ahead on the channel. Stuart's round next Friday.
Yeah, all being well, next Friday we shall have lovely guest Stuart, and we shall be doing another hot sauce taste test with the 5 that Ashley
sent.
Bought for us.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing that on the Friday night, and then on the Saturday, the Vegan Queens will be filming a Halloween special. A Halloween special like, you know, Arrest the Annas. Because it's going to be about 2022, basically.
Oh, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, definitely. Just scrolling up.
Articulate the Annas. There you go. Not mock the month.
Not mock the
month.
Or
mock the week. Or frock the fortnight. Articulate the Annas.
Fair dues. So that's something to look forward to over the next couple of weeks. And then before we know it, of course, once we've got Halloween and bonfire night out of the way, we will be on the way to the festive season, won't we? So, you know, there's that as well. For those that celebrate it, for those that get into the spirit of it, you know, we'll be doing stuff throughout December. Like we said, we'll be live streaming on Christmas Day with our Christmas dinner, like we have done the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure many of you know, but the main reason that we do that is because we can't imagine or think that we can't stand thinking of anybody eating or spending time on their own on Christmas Day when they don't want to. And they can tune in and spend a bit of time with us. That's pretty much it, isn't it?
And a lot of other people.
And a bunch of other people. Because the first year that we did it, a couple of years back, I genuinely thought we'd have like 10 or 15 people, and we had like 100 or something, didn't we?
It was nice.
It was really nice, yeah.
Pauline says, what do you think if Boris is MP again?
Well, this is a good opportunity to just talk about it all briefly, isn't it?
PM.
Yeah.
Because he already is an MP, isn't he? Isn't he still an MP?
I think technically, yeah, he's still a sitting MP, isn't he? He is.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think it would be utterly ridiculous, just like I think it would be utterly ridiculous if that side of America got what they wanted and Trump got in again.
Mm.
Just ludicrous.
Yeah.
When someone shows you who they are, believe them. In fact, I've shared a video this very evening on my personal page or on Facebook from Politics Joe on YouTube, which is just a reminder of just some of the things that have come out of that man's mouth over the last 10 years. I invite people to watch it.
Yeah.
As a reminder.
Definitely. I said to Paul earlier on today when we were chatting about it, obviously the way that politics works in the UK is very dated, very old school, holding on to a lot of ridiculous laws and principles from many, many, many years ago. I don't even understand why it's an option that's on the table. For me, personally, I don't even think it should be a legal consideration. It shouldn't even be an option that he can be put in that position to run again as for Prime Minister. I just don't think it should even be.
No, it shouldn't.
Shouldn't even be an option.
I agree with you, Jess, and I really do. I don't get why it's possible. But I don't understand a lot about the workings of the upper echelon of society. I don't understand diplomatic immunity. We're talking about that tonight with that whole segment we watched on the Chinese consulate in Manchester, and you know the protesters and how the people that were there dragged one of the protesters in to beat him up, and the police were actually officially breaking the law by going in a couple of feet to get the protester out. And it's all like, what?
Yeah. And there's that, like you said, the diplomatic immunity thing. There's the 1922 committee in terms of, you know, the people that are making all these decisions. And then obviously the rapid turnaround required to get another prime minister into position. It's beyond farcical. We're an embarrassment. It's an utter disgrace. And I don't think they'll get what they're asking for, but pretty much every other political party and most sane people in this country are saying we really should have a general election now.
I completely agree.
Because it's an utter shambles.
I have to say that if we did, although I would, it's awful really. On a local level, I'm not happy to do it, but in a big general election, I've been led to believe all my life that a vote for a smaller party is a wasted vote unless they've put the legwork in and people are talking about them. So in an ideal world, I would vote Green. That's where my heart lies.
Yeah.
Because I want to make a difference, I would vote Labour. Even though I'm not particularly keen on Keir Starmer, it's not about that. Never has been about that. It's about the policies of the party that you are planning to vote for. Do you agree with them? And mostly with Labour, I do. I don't believe in making Brexit work. I think it's a mistake and that we should reverse it at our first opportunity. That's my belief.
Well, just briefly, whilst we're on that subject, two very quick things to mention. The Oracle of Whimsy, the lovely Oracle of Whimsy, has gifted 5 Those Vegan Guys memberships.
Bless your heart.
Which is bloody delightful of you. And also, whilst
we'll check out the Whimsy's channel as well. She does tarot cards and remote viewing and even sings now and again. Yeah. With a guitar.
Yes.
Check her out.
Whimsy says, is there any chance that that GB could go back to the EU? Which is an interesting question. And I don't actually know the answer to that. To be honest, but I think talk about tail between your legs and being an utter laughing stock. I mean, I don't mind being the laughing stock of Europe and most of the world, because we're not the only ones, are we? When all said and done. But I would rather go back into the EU with our tails between our legs and say, hey, we were misguided. We made a really daft mistake. Let's come together and let's solve these problems together, which is the way it should be, rather than separated. You can never solve problems when you're disparate and separated. It doesn't work, does it?
The amount of charities that have lost huge annual amounts because they got it from the EU. The amount of projects that were started by the European Commission Fund, is it called?
I think so, yeah.
The thousands completed, but so many that have been left because we kind of pulled out. Everyone was going on about the cost to be in the EU. We took back so much more than we ever had to pay to be in it. So much more. All the small businesses closing now, it's largely because of the economic state caused by Brexit.
Yeah.
So yeah. I hate it with a passion.
Yeah. Major issues. Yeah, so we have never, to my memory, multiple generations, as far as I'm aware, we've never really had the mess in politics in England that we have right now. Dorcas says, me too, Paul, but I don't like party politics. Perhaps proportional representation. We've always talked about that, haven't we?
That should be the way it is.
Yeah.
Like I said in my video yesterday, Dorcas, if you haven't seen it, highly recommended. It's kitchen vlog. But I did say, I think so much is pomp and farce. And the only reason I follow it is because it's the only thing there is at the moment, because there is no other way.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I mean, utopia, ideal world, that's how it should be.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. This is the thing. It's kind of like Car Crash TV, isn't it? It's going back to what you were talking about in your vlog about, you've got to balance how much of the world you expose yourself to, particularly everything that's going on at the moment, and how much of it you kind of step away from because you just can't handle the rinse and repeat of it, just cycling over and over again. But it is going to be interesting to see how things pan out over the next couple of weeks and months.
Yeah.
And what goes on.
I have to mention something just completely off topic for a moment, but it's very important. Just in case you didn't know, the Vegan Queens are officially booked at Vegan Camp Out 2023.
Yes.
Which hopefully will go ahead. Because I know Jordan well enough now to know that there is a lot of stuff going on in the background that will come to light at points. But right now, they're really, really struggling.
Yeah.
They've hit so many obstacles. And if they don't sell enough tickets to be able to secure a venue and say, yeah, look, we've got the money. And, and everything else that happens because of VCO, it's not going to go ahead. So if you're planning on buying tickets and you've got the dollar, whip over to the Vegan Camp Out website, get your tickets.
Yeah.
We're going to be there. The Vegan Queens are going to be there. It's going to be hilarious.
Yeah, it's going to be a belter. It's going to be an absolute belter for sure. And yeah, if we've
got to make sure it happens
in whatever small way possible. If our little shout out passed on to all yous, and then if you can kind of help to sort of spread the word across your networks, and if we all can kind of come together as a community, along with all of the other vegan communities out there, across all of social media, maybe we can all pull together and help Vegan Camp Out. Yeah.
Jason, can I be rude and ask you to fetch me?
It's not rude at all. I know exactly what you're going to ask, and so does everybody else.
Does my skin look as lovely as I think it does?
Your skin does look nice.
I've been using that new cream from Poundland, that number 6.
Yeah.
I've been having a wash in the morning and putting the day cream on. Only a light smattering. I'm not that. And now and again at night, because I don't often at night, but like last night I had a shower So I put the night cream on. £3 for a little pot. Clearly marks vegan and cruelty free.
Oh yeah, Imran says, Paul, I saw your post about Cafe Namaste and how Brexit screwed that up.
Yeah. It was a bad time. It was a really bad time. Getting all those emails immediately after Brexit from all the suppliers that I'd made accounts with and networked with and built these great relationships with, saying that their prices were going to have to go up by between 10 and 25%, depending on the email, because of Brexit. And I was just like, nah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Lana says, just, slightly off topic, how are you both? First time in a while that I've been able to join your live. Lana, we're doing all right.
We are doing all right.
All things considered, considering everything we've just been talking about, we're doing all right, aren't we?
We're doing all right because we remember to be grateful. It's really important to have gratitude. It's one of the things that pulls me through every day. When it's like 10:30 in the morning and I'm uptown being a support worker and I'm about to meet my next person that I support and it's pissing down with rain and I'm drenched and I'm cold. And do you know what I mean? I'm always like, but Paul, you have a job. This is it. You're doing it right now. I'm just remembering to be that was actually a really good example, because you can scale that down as well. I'm not always walking in a rainstorm, drenched, wondering what's going on with my life, then being grateful for my job. But that's a good example.
Yeah.
Of, Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers, love.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, y'all.
Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Yeah, Adam says, just going back to what we were saying before, hopefully Vegan Camp Out goes ahead. I made a donation on top of my ticket. That's because you're bloody awesome, Adam. You're bloody awesome. Yeah, fingers crossed. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. And for any of you that watched the rather lengthy interview that we did with Jordan, I definitely think that gives a much greater insight into all of the ups and downs of coordinating, organizing, planning something on that scale. It's really, there's so much goes on behind the scenes.
We had a proper good chat, didn't we?
We really did.
Yeah. It's like an hour and 40-minute long chat, and it was lovely.
The scary thing is
some down to earth conversation going on about all the stuff that's gone on with ECO. We
could have chatted for another hour easily, I think. We could have easily chatted for another hour, and it wouldn't. It was a great chat, and Jordan is a top guy, and we can only hope for the best for everything, and keep our fingers crossed, keep spreading the word, most definitely. Before I forget, I want to do two things. I want to give a shout out to Peter and just say, Peter, I hope you are feeling better soon. I understand you have the dreaded schmarona. So I hope you're feeling better soon. And I also want to just take a moment to give a shout out and send love and hugs to Mum and Dad Brom, and of course also Auntie Pearl, who is in our thoughts. Hope you're all doing well, because Mum and Dad tune in. They watch all our stuff. They watch everything pretty much that we put on YouTube, because they're awesome. And they're like 99% vegan now, which is pretty cool as well. So much love. Yes, much love. I've just noticed as well, the thumbs are creeping up. And we're just coming up to half an hour on the live stream. 78 thumbs up, 119 in the house. Can we hit 100 thumbs up over the next few minutes? That would be awesome. If you're enjoying the live stream, greatly appreciated. Get the YouTube robots paying attention. Ashley says, Mum and Dad Brom are absolute legends. Oh, bless you, Ashley. And Angharad waving to Mum and Dad Brom. How nice. Good stuff. I
think that's applause, actually.
Is it applause or is it a wave?
I don't know.
It's a waving hand.
I don't know.
Who can say? Who can say? Yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing the next hot sauce taste test.
I am.
We've
tried one of them.
We tried one of them already, just very, very briefly.
Yeah,
didn't
it was
we?
lovely.
It was.
So we'll see what the others are like.
Yeah.
We watched an amazing film last night.
Oh, was it last night or the night before? It was last night. Yeah.
On Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Called How It Ends. Oh, it's very good if you like a quirky film.
Yeah, it's really good. It's quite off the wall comedy.
But also quite deep.
Quite deep. Yeah, intelligent comedy. But also, yeah, really funny in places, really heartwarming, heartfelt, emotional, poignant moments. Yeah, what's it called again? Sorry.
How It Ends.
How It Ends.
How It Ends.
Yes. Yes, indeed. Oh yeah, Whimsy. That's actually, it's a pretty good question. It's a pretty good suggestion. Sorry, but it really all depends on the caliber of the questions, because Hot Ones, Sean is renowned not just for his questions, but for the legwork and the research that he puts in to really ask some brilliant questions. So maybe if we got sent some brilliant questions,
I'll put a post on the community tab, perhaps this evening, saying, do you have any questions for Jason, myself, or Stuart for our upcoming hot sauce taste test? And you can say who the question's for, and if we get some good ones, maybe Whimsy, maybe.
maybe, yeah. We're just, I think we're having a bit of a chat in the community chat at the moment, as mum versus mam, depending on where you are geographically. Mam in Wales. Yeah, Leanne says it's mam in Wales, and it does depend where you're from. We say mum or mam, don't we?
Yeah, they're both commonly used up here, aren't they?
Oh.
Peter says in Canada was their mom. Hey, mom.
Of course.
That accent was much more New Jersey than Canadian. I'm aware of
that. Ashley says, wait till Hot Sauce 5 and then ask Stu if he's still my friend. I honestly think, I think Stu's probably got to a point now where, I mean, once you've done the bomb,
once you've done Psycho Juice,
and that Psycho Juice and the bomb, those two, once you've done those two, I think you've set a very high bar, haven't you?
Yeah,
really.
Yeah.
He did remarkably well last time. I think it was great to have him there to just be someone who was slightly less tolerant of spice than we are. So it's just good to have him there as a different palette for the hot sauces. But I think he's rapidly catching up with us, Stu, to be honest, in terms of his spice tolerance. Oh yes, Peter. I think I have heard of Pepper X. It's the same guy that bred the. I think it's the same guy that bred the Carolina Reaper that came up with it. I can't remember his name. His name's just gone out of my head randomly. But yeah. Right, let's have a scroll, see where we're up to, make sure that we've not missed anything important. If we've missed any questions, do please feel free.
I'll be back momentarily.
Oh. I'm going to just read a few comments out whilst Paul has just popped into the kitchen, because there's some nice comments and we do miss them sometimes. So Whimsy says, Paul has been looking very handsome lately, eternally young. That's nice. That's very nice of you. Yes. I'm glad you're doing your burping in there and not here in front of folk.
You shut your mouth.
Adam says, think you guys have burnt your spice tolerance away. Yeah. You might be right. You might be right. With
Oh, for the record, by the way, these are both our merch.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
And we've also added to our merch yesterday tofu eating karate in this font. Link for the merch is always in the description of every video.
It is, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, every video. Mm-mm. Yeah, we're all up to date.
What else were we going to talk about watching?
We're all up to date and up to speed.
We finished a couple of.
We talked last Saturday when we did the mukbang. We talked about what we've been watching, what we've finished watching recently. We haven't got. I don't think we've got a lot of stuff lined up in terms of series. We've got a few films in our watch list.
That's why we watched How It Ends.
Yeah,
because that was one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well worth watching though.
Rebecca says, yeah, I've heard good things about this actually. Rebecca says, we just watched the TV show The Watcher and then the miniseries Candy and really enjoyed both. Not really a question, rather a recommendation, as you two seem to have similar taste. Well, thank you very much, Rebecca. I did watch a clip of The Watcher the other day, and it did intrigue me. I will say it did intrigue me. And I think Adam's been watching it as well, hasn't he? Has been watching The Watcher. But yeah, there's that Joaquin Phoenix film that we've got in our watch list at the moment. I can't remember what it's called, but it looks really good. There's something, it's got a weird title, like He Won't Get Far because he's walking or something. Or
Yeah.
It just looks really good, doesn't it?
He's a dying alcoholic, isn't he?
I think so. Yeah. But it does look good. And Adam says, whilst we're on the subject of what we're watching, what we're all watching, get on the Midnight Club. I think you'll love it. Need to start the Watcher. It does look good. Right, there we go, Adam. It's Midnight Club, isn't it? You've been watching. Yeah. I've not seen a trailer for Midnight Club yet. It might be worth checking out. Dorcas, we just started watching Ghost Wars on Netflix, which is drawing us in so far.
You need to write some of these down so we remember to look at the trailers.
I know. Well, Midnight Club, Ghost Wars. I will do. I'll grab a pen.
On your phone? You've got a note?
No, I'll do it old school, pen and paper. It's much easier. Got a notepad and everything. Organised. Yes. Ghost Wars. And what was Adam? Midnight Club, wasn't it? Ghost Wars. Midnight Club.
Just look and watch the trailers then, can't we?
And Candy, Rebecca said. Candy. Nice one. Yeah.
There's a few people have mentioned The Watcher now, so we'll have to look at a trailer for that as well.
Yes.
We'll look at trailers for them all.
Definitely. I mean, it's everyone's different, isn't there? You know, I mean, we said this is the thing. What one person likes, someone else won't like, and particularly with us two, when it comes to certain genres, we're quite picky, aren't we? You know, I think we both are willing to give anything a chance, but with comedy, we're quite particular because we've both grown up watching certain types of comedy, and we're warped. We have a very particular sense of humor.
We're comedically warped.
Well, I grew up watching like Bottom, Rick Mail and Ed Edmondson, Vic and Bob. You know, Vic Reeves and Bob Mortimer, Brass Eye, Chris Morris.
Brass Eye, French and Saunders.
Yeah. So we're going to be a little bit warped, aren't we?
The day-to-day.
Yeah, Alan Partridge. Yeah, top of the partridge. Sorry about that. Any more recommendations that we may have missed? Tom says we're looking forward to Del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. Yes, indeed. I've not seen anything of that, I don't think, but Del Toro is.
We have. That's in the trailer.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember seeing it.
I think we have anyway.
Linda, thanks for the recommendation. Although I'll be honest with you, the comparison to Shameless doesn't kind of make me want to watch it. I wasn't a fan of Shameless, although I do appreciate what it was trying to do and how it did it. And I know a lot of people loved it, but I wasn't a big fan of Shameless myself. Ashley, you've said you love Bottom, Red Dwarf, The Young Ones, and then you end it with Mrs. Brown's Boys. What's that all about? Am I right in thinking Mrs. Brown's Boys is what I'm thinking it is? Is it that comedy? Irish comedian who dresses as a older lady. Yeah. No judgment. No judgment here.
You just judged her.
Each to their own. I'm retracting what could possibly have been considered a judgment. It wasn't a judgment. It was a little bit. But yeah, thank you for the recommendations. For those of you who don't know, by the way, our favourite genre really is horror. But there's a lot of subpar horror out there. 6 and 7 out of 10 horror films. We've watched a lot of them. But one of our favourite genres is horror. I'm particularly fond of when really good sci-fi is spliced with horror. But also we do like a good comedy, and we do like just a story that's, a really good character story. Sorry, Ashley. We did talk about starting watching the X-Files right from the beginning again.
Paul Metcalf Dare says, have you seen Bones?
Bones.
No, but my mother's seen every episode about at least 5 times. She's crazy about that.
She loves Bones.
CIS and stuff like that.
All that crime stuff. Yeah. She's well into it, isn't she?
Not for me.
That's the trouble, Leanne, isn't it? That's the trouble. Most horrors are not scary, and I get annoyed. Yeah.
Are we going to go to the pictures to watch Halloween Ends?
I don't know. There's a lot of cinemas. In fact, check out your local cinema over the Halloween weekend, because there's a lot of cinemas that are showing old classics for a limited time only. So, for example, I think Cineworld in Ashton is showing The Thing, the original, over the Halloween period.
Cool.
But for me, maybe not so much for you, for me, a lot of these classic films that I adore from like the 80s, I never saw on the big screen. So having the opportunity to go and see something like the original Alien film on the big screen, or The Thing, I'd love that. It'd be amazing. Yeah. Anywho, but yeah, we'll have to check it out. We'll have to check out what's on at our local cinemas over the Halloween weekend, won't we? Tell me about it, Adam. Adam says, I love the Halloween films, but gets me angry how he keeps coming back.
Write that one down from GC, The Following, because I like Kevin Bacon. A cracking box set if it slipped past. Is that an horror?
The Following.
That sounds horror.
Is that Kevin Bacon, did you say?
Yeah, horror's like my favourite genre. It's one of our favourite genres, isn't it?
Just said that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, about 4 minutes ago. Yeah, I have as well, Leanne. Leanne says, I've heard bad things about Halloween Ends. Yes. But if you're to read the critics' reviews of the new Lord of the Rings series, Rings of Power, if you're to read a lot of the critics and what they've been weighing in and saying, you wouldn't want to go near it with a 10-foot barge pole. Forbes, in particular, wrote an absolutely scathing review of Rings of Power that was out a few days ago. And I read some of it. I didn't read the full article because it was really, really long. I read some of it and I was like, they made some good points, but critics are critics, aren't they? They're gonna always pull things apart. That's kind of what they're paid to do, isn't it? Yeah, but I don't think you can always believe them. I think you've got to watch for yourself and just see. I'm just going to say this when it comes to Halloween Ends, just going back to what Leanne was saying before about hearing that some parts of it might be disappointing or it might just not be very good. What did I say to you a couple of weeks ago about the latest Halloween film? Neither of us have seen it, so this isn't a spoiler because we haven't seen it. This is how I want this Halloween film to end, okay? This is how it should end, considering that by rights it's the last one. Michael Myers dies and never comes back ever again. That's it. It's all over. Jamie Lee Curtis, somehow, somewhere, towards the end of the film, when all of the silliness and the drama is over with, takes a machete or some large, sharp implement and takes his head off. Just takes his head clean off. Even a couple of...
We're talking about a movie character, not real life.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. I'll wrap this up very briefly. But head removed, Michael Myers is dead, and then the final scene of the film is her as a very, very old lady in a rocking chair in a living room, rocking backwards and forwards with a sly little grin on her face, and Michael Myers' head on her fireplace as like some kind of trophy or memento of all these years of horror. There you go. I've said my piece now. There you go. I don't know, Adam. I don't know. I don't know. She's done pretty much everything that she could. But I don't actually know if that's ever happened. And if it has, then I apologise. And I must have missed that one. Maybe it happened in Halloween 3. The worst one in the franchise. Let's see if we've got any questions whilst I was ranting about Halloween. Tom says, have you seen the gameplay videos of the new Ghostbusters game? Looked wicked and a big upgrade to the Commodore 64 game I grew up playing. Funnily enough, we actually watched a video just a couple of days ago, and it looks fantastic. It does. I think the only off-putting thing for us and for me is that it's kind of like the 4-on-1 thing. It's kind of like it's designed to be a 4-player game. So, you know, I haven't really got 3 other people that I would necessarily play it with, because 99.9% of the games that I play are 1 player, you know. But
welcome, Lord Cyberham, and thank you for sharing a part of your story and journey there, because, you know, someone else will read it at some point and maybe inspired by it.
Nice one. Yeah.
No idea about the next Ghostbusters, Adam, but Paul, I completely agree with you there. He says, as in, I haven't seen the film yet, but I rarely listen to critics because sometimes films have been destroyed critically and we've loved them.
True. Very, very true. Very true. Yeah. Thank you, Paul, for you know, for saying that. The reviews were pretty harsh. Halloween Ends was not that bad, actually. Thought it was pretty good. Yes.
Oh, HP, will you ever do another health week? Possibly in January to try and recover from the festive indulgence, which I will no doubt partake of.
I think January is a good time to do a health week.
Yeah.
It's a good time to do a health week.
It's like a cleanse, isn't it?
It's a cleanse. It's also a good time to kind of think about kind of budget shopping and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, because let's face it, it's not great at the moment, is it? You know, I think many people are struggling. Yeah, all of that. But yeah, January 2023, there'll be all sorts going on. We'll be busy bees. I think I said it last Saturday on the live. December and January, technically our busiest time in terms of being content creators and doing stuff for the channel. Definitely December, January. Busy.
Adam asks, he's getting a tattoo tomorrow. Have we got any plans for anything in the near future? No.
I still want my pink triangle.
I know, but we haven't got any plans.
Nothing planned. No, nothing specifically planned in the near future. Pauline's going to see ABBA. That's amazing. That's cool. City of Lost Children. I'm sure I've seen that.
Name rings a bell.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen that one, Dorcas. And if it's what I'm thinking it is, it's a very good film. I think it's set in Brazil.
Could I have a little bit more wine?
Yes.
Perchance.
Peter, no. And we probably won't watch She-Hulk, to be honest. I've had, from what I've seen, the clips I've seen of it, I've got really mixed opinions on the actual CGI. It's really off-putting because it seems to cut from being, in some places, really, really good, and then in other scenes being really bad, and it's jarring. It's quite jarring to me. But I do appreciate that's just from me seeing clips of it. I haven't actually sat down and watched a full episode. So yeah. And we both quite like stuff in the Marvel world, don't we? Like our Marvel fix now and again.
Wow, Paul's only just started watching Breaking Bad.
Oh,
brilliant series. Thoroughly enjoyed that.
Well, I think I said
I was hinting at when I asked you the other night if Deep Space Nine was all on Netflix, even though I've been vehemently against it for so long because I'm missing Voyager so much. I'm like, should we start it? But I don't ever want to be honest.
I watched most of DS9 the first time round and enjoyed it for the most part, but I do remember it being a bit slow at times, and I do remember towards the end of the series, it just gets a bit much. It just gets a little bit much because it's like there's these. I don't want to go into detail because it's spoilers and stuff as well, but there's like there's like a whole species that lives inside the wormhole. It's ridiculous. Anyway, and then Cisco becomes an emissary, and but there's some amazing characters.
What wine is it, Jess? Someone's just asked.
It is the House Red from Sainsbury's. It's Pinot Noir, and I think it's about £4.50, if I'm not mistaken. It's very nice.
Clear them out, vegan on the back.
Yes, Dorcas absolutely loved Garak in DS9. He probably was my favourite character, to be honest. Okay. So yeah, that's what we were up to, wasn't it? Yeah. I've heard quite a few people have been talking about who's recommended it. The Karate Kid.
Oh,
it's not called Karate Kid, is it? Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai.
But it's like 5 series in or something.
I know,
like it feels like they've knocked out 5 seasons in like 2 years. But yeah, a lot of people. I mean, I love the original Karate Kid films. I adore them. But yeah, I don't know whether we're willing to step into Cobra Kai. Thanks, Peter. I don't know whether we're willing to step into that or not. I just don't know. We've
got enough now anyway.
Yeah, we've got enough recommendations. Definitely.
We've already got a huge list full.
Yes. Oh, in terms of just films that are classics and that we love, absolutely, Alex. Alex has popped in. Evening, folks. Joined halfway through, so don't know if it's been mentioned, but The Shining is still my favourite horror movie.
It's a good.
It's up there. It's definitely it's a cracker. Excellent stuff. Good. Yeah, you didn't. I mentioned it before, and you didn't. I think you was reading the comments, but we did talk about starting watching the X-Files again from the beginning. That's a possible option. I don't know about DS9. I'm 50-50 on that at the moment. Maybe we'll watch the first couple of episodes and then we can kind of decide, can't we? Maybe that'll help, possibly. Also, the first season of DS9, the lift that brings people up to the where the captain is and everything, the bridge. It's really slow. like really slow, annoyingly slow.
Dorcas says we've got Doctor Sleep to watch. Is it worth it?
We enjoyed it.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it.
Just don't go in with any expectations.
It's long.
But we rarely do that with a movie.
No.
Even if there's been loads of hype, we're like, lower all your expectations, go in with a clean slate, let it show you what it is.
Yeah, it's good. It's solid. I would say it's a solid film. And Paul says, I still remember Jeepers Creepers being the first horror movie I ever saw in primary school. Wouldn't be allowed nowadays, but scared me senseless for a solid week. I'm not surprised. That's a pretty scary film, particularly for a young person to watch.
Doctor Sleep. It's the follow-on of The Shining. It's where the little boy is now a grown man.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, yeah.
Thanks for being here, Jennifer. Thanks for being here. We are following the chat. The thumbs up are well past 100. We're on 109,
Thanks,
121 in the house. Thank you all so much. It really, really does mean a lot, genuinely. Everyone's raving about Cobra Kai. I've not heard anyone say a bad thing about it.
Well, hello, Beth. Popped in to say hi.
Oh, nice. Thanks for being here, Bev.
And join me on the dark side. A regular commenter, but I rarely see you in chats. Hello.
Yes, very nice, very nice. See, I think I'm partial to a bit of Ewan McGregor, so there isn't much that Ewan McGregor's done over the years that I haven't really enjoyed. Even his Star Wars stints, I didn't have too much of a problem with. Oh, that's a good question, Dorcas.
It was what, particularly in the horror vein? If so, Eraserhead. Watched it as a young teenager and it messed me up. And The Signalman.
Yeah,
that freaked me out.
Yeah,
as well. It's
not a stinker though.
very well done. That's is it the Charles Dickens? It is. It's Charles Dickens' ghost story, isn't it?
I think it is.
Yeah. Starring Denham Elliott, a BBC production, I believe. The Signalman. And one more called La Cabina, the telephone box.
Yeah.
Italian.
It's pretty horrible, that one, actually, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Pretty horrible. Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else for me. I'll have a think about that one, Dorcas. There's probably a few, to be fair. There's probably a few.
That's just horror, by the way.
Yeah.
Specifically horror.
Is that the one that we got from? Oh, why is it doing that? There we go.
Yes, we featured it in our co-op vlog, Chris, and then we tried it a couple of days later. I think we tried it on a live, actually.
We might have done. I was impressed, especially when I found out it was £1.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's great. For £1, it's excellent. Absolutely excellent.
Amazing. It's amazing.
Oh, that's interesting, Chris. Chris is in the house. If you're going to rewatch DS9, I'd start from season 3. Everything before that point is pretty crap, especially Cisco. For some reason, he gets a bit less cringe when he grows a goatee. Is that when he goes bald as well, Chris? At some point, does he bald right from the start and then he gets the goatee? Great theme tune. That was it. What was it? Okay. This is what. All right. It's all the pennies just dropped. I've just joined all the dots up. This is what's happened.
Here she comes.
We were watching, I think, episode 6 of 5. Thank you. We were watching episode 6 of Lower Decks, Star Trek Lower Decks, the other night, and there was a little 60-second-ish homage to DS9, and half the episode was set on and around DS9.
You cried.
I did not cry. He's lying about me. But they played the theme tune. The theme tune was being played, and it reminded me. And then I had like a bit of an emotional moment.
You cried.
And I was like, oh my goodness. I've actually got an emotional connection to DS9, and I wasn't aware that I had an emotional connection to DS9 because I have to all the other series of Star Trek, but not that one. Anyway, now that's that.
Oh,
So
sorry
Chris,
about that. This is what this beard has done to me.
I take your advice. I hear it. Could I live with myself doing that to a Star Trek series? If I ever met anybody that had worked on the show, an actor, and they were like, "Oh, you've watched DS9 again recently," and I was like, "Oh yeah, but only from season 3 onwards because it's crap before that."
Bev, you used to teach, I hope, the book, the story of the Signalman to year 8. Have you ever watched the production with Denham Elliott? So well done. So well done. When the BBC put effort into something.
When they put effort into stuff, it's often very good, isn't it?
Yeah. Their own productions.
Good subject matter though. I mean, they've got good writing that they're already working from. It does help, doesn't it? Ashley says, first thing I watched was Silence of the Lambs when I was around 14, and I still love it to this day. Don't know what that says about me, lol.
It's a brilliant film.
It's an absolutely exceptional film. It's very, very good. Yeah, really good.
I ate his liver.
It's a classic, isn't it?
Some fava beans and a nice candy.
Oh, seen that.
Oh, it's horrible.
Nice one, Bev.
Yeah, that's an horrible one.
The monkey's paw. Yeah.
That's the one where she wishes her husband back, isn't it? Is it that one? She wishes her husband back. The way he was just before he died. Having a massive heart attack.
Spoiler alert. Adam says, do you remember a kind of horror TV show in the 90s called The Langoliers? I do. It's Stephen King, and it's awful, but brilliant, as is often the case with Stephen King.
But look, we enjoyed the film though.
It's a two-parter because it's about 5 hours.
We watched the film
hours.
again not too long back.
Yeah.
And we were both like, do you know what? Actually, it wasn't bad.
It's all right. Yeah, it's all right. I remember as a young teenager doing an all-nighter with a bunch of friends. And one of the films that we watched during that all-nighter was The Langoliers. That was my first experience of the film. And even then I was like, yeah, this was good. This is good. But I kind of like Stephen King films.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though
this is good.
They're not the best by any means.
Thank you, Nature Creep. It'll be gone next weekend. But then I might grow it back again. Then
gonna grow it back for winter.
Yeah, I think so. I've kind of got used to it now. I'm gonna miss it next week when it's gone.
Yeah. Naomi says, I don't watch horror. I watched The Village. It was certificate 12 and scary enough for me. I like a thrilling. The Village is it's a creepy one. It's a creepy one. I'll give you that.
Oh, People Under the Stairs is brilliant. I actually found one of them really hot.
That's because you're weird.
I fancied Stick of the Dump.
Yeah, it's like I say. Good film, Ashley. Good film, People Under the Stairs. That's another one that I watched as a teenager and really enjoyed. Definitely. It had a bit more guts to it, like figuratively speaking, and literally at times.
Oh, that's what we can watch after this, Jason.
Walking Dead.
The first new episode of The Walking Dead. We've not seen that yet.
I did have that in the back of me.
Yeah, we should do. Because although I'm looking forward to it finishing it now, to be honest, because it's not going anywhere anymore. It's just regurgitating.
We've clung on for dear life, haven't we? Just because Daryl and Carol basically they're holding the show.
Yeah, but I wanted niceness. I didn't want constant conflict and war, and you know what I am like about stuff like that. It really bothers me. It's you know, I'd rather nice things. So I'm probably going to wait end of this. because it'll all be water with fancy.
It's not going to end well. I mean, they never do end well. But I suppose what the writers would say is we're writing it to be realistic based on what human beings
On
are
the
like.
world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're right. I mean, I'd prefer that, to be honest. What I want is for Rick to come back and Michonne to come back and everyone be happy and move somewhere where they can't be attacked anymore and everybody lives happily ever after. That's what I want. But, you know, it's not going to happen.
Ah, Bev. Yeah. The longer story. There's more to it. The monkey's paw.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, there's a fair bit of chat. I'm just going to scroll back up a little bit. Okay, I don't think we've missed too much.
Garrity.
Caridy's in the house.
On the moon, man. Hello, Carity.
Oh, bless.
Caridy's our best friend from Yelvertoft. Not Yelvertoft anymore now, though, is it?
Just say Northampton.
Northampton. Northampton.
It's much easier. Yeah. I love the nah then, hey up, enough of the horror chat now. Carity is a horror avoider, of course. A horror avoider. Yes. We must chat and catch up soon, but that's a given. Yeah. Hope Croatia was fabulous, by the way. And thank you for being here and saying hi. I'm glad I scrolled back up now because I'd missed that completely.
Yeah, I did as well. It's just reminded me though, because it's kind of halfway towards the next TVG Grub Club is on Saturday the 26th of November in Birmingham at a vegan restaurant in Birmingham. So we'll be going and staying overnight and then coming home next day.
Like a little tiny little holiday of sorts. A tiny one. We need confirmation basically within the next few days, don't we, of anybody that's going to do.
Yeah, so we can
do in Birmingham.
We can book the place.
Yeah, definitely. Going back to what I'd said before about starting DS9 from season 3, Chris says, "Lol, you might not be able to live with yourself, but you'll sleep sounder nonetheless." Good to know, Chris. And Da Vinci Music is in the house. Hello, welcome. He says, "Hi all, it's nice to be back with those vegan guys." I'm glad that you're here. Glad that you're here. Yeah, I'm just scrolling because we had a moment then for a few minutes where the chat was really thick and fast. We have 109 of you lovely folk in the house.
Paul, did hear about Robbie Coltrane. It was a sad loss as an actor, but did not that this justifies it. Then I remembered I was mad with him anyway because of his support for J.K. Rowling's anti-trans views, which he made very public and came out very loudly in support of her. And I thought better of him than that. So, yeah. Quite unfortunate. You've missed some. Oh, have you?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Unless there was anything specific you was.
No, I think you went down and so I saw things, and then you've come back up and do with those things I saw.
So that's kind of roughly where we were up to.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, jumpy. There we go. Oh, that's awful. Just read Adam's comment from about misery and the sledgehammer and the ankles. It's gross. It's horrible. That's a really interesting point Alex makes there. Yeah, I feel obliged to watch The Walking Dead.
I feel the same because I've watched it all. I'm like, all right, let's finish this off.
you're so far in,
Yeah.
you can't be like, I'm not going to watch the last few episodes of the last season. It's just kind of like, yeah. That's exactly it, Alex. Yeah, very well put. Okay.
So you know what I'm going to do as soon as we come off here?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do a COVID test.
Yeah? You said earlier on, you said you didn't feel great, didn't you?
I don't feel right.
Oh, dear. I hope it's not third time for you.
I know.
And if it is, I hope you don't pass it on to me.
Well, I didn't the second time.
You didn't, and we didn't really try to like live apart or anything, did we?
No.
In any way, shape, or form.
Yes, I shall do a COVID test, and yeah, speak to you soon, Kedge.
Yes, most definitely. Yes. Let's talk about that for a second, Da Vinci. Da Vinci Music says, do you guys officially proclaim Linda McCartney's Quarter Pounders the best vegan burger?
Yes.
I proclaim the new Linda McCartney's Quarter Pounder with vegan cheese inside it the best vegan burger.
Although I prefer the original with a slice of vegan cheese on it.
Yeah.
I don't mind either way.
They're awesome, aren't
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
the whole storage thing and the shape and how long it took us to get whereas the others are frozen in shape. You whack them in the oven.
True. Yeah. So yes. Yeah, that's the answer.
You got to think about everything, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll start bringing them out as frozen. Oh, Leanne, I hope I haven't got it too. It might just be a cold. I did have my second booster Tuesday last week. Tuesday.
Yeah, I think so.
Or the week before. I think I might have had it 2 weeks ago. No.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, it's such a shame.
Nature Creep, I'm not sure if everyone's being offered a second booster, but it's highly recommended to have one if you're in my line of work. I'm classed as frontline now.
Yeah,
I'm a support worker.
Yeah.
So
and technically I am. Technically, I'm classed as frontline. You know, I was straight back at it. You know, I think I had a couple of months working from home during all of it, and then as soon as we were able to go back, we were all back. Literally, as soon as we were able to.
no, I had no reaction either. Dorcas, I can't remember which one they gave me. Oh, I think it was the AstraZeneca, the multivariant one. So
yeah.
But I mean, here's the thing: it's my job's risky anyway, because I am literally walking around in rain, and if I forgot my brolly,
yeah, you're out in it a lot, aren't you?
There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
And I have to be out in it to walk, even if it's just from bus stop to bus stop, to go and see somebody. Once I'm in their home, fine. But if they want to meet uptown because they're impervious to weather, and I'm like a drone rat. You know.
And I was going to say, it's not just the fact that you're relying on public transport and you're doing a huge amount of walking in all weathers. I mean, that was obviously nice during the summer, but not as we're heading into the winter months. But it's also the fact that you're around people constantly
All day,
and different people in different environments. So yeah.
I'll let you know if I've got it anyway. It might not be. I might just be a little bit under the weather. I suppose Stuart tonight, he's come down with some kind of lurgy as well. I started feeling this morning. I've not stole his glory. I've not even told him I was feeling unwell. I was just like, sweetheart, you have that. You feel unwell. I didn't want to go, oh, me too, because don't you always think someone's just saying that? But I was like, funnily enough, this morning.
Yeah. Shall we have a spot more wine?
A little spot more wine,
and then we'll slowly
progress this into a goodbye.
Slowly start.
Give everyone a chance to say their good nights to each other.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And then I shall wash my hands, get my eyes out,
Yes.
do a test.
Ooh. Yes. Yeah, you know, you never know, do you? You just don't know.
No, and I'd rather know.
Well, I won't take one until you've taken one, and then if you take one and it's positive, then I'll take one. But if you take it and it's negative, then I probably just won't bother.
How are you
I feel
feeling?
fine.
All right.
I feel on top of the world, mate. Well, you know, I've gone through the anger, because trust me, I get angry. I get angry at the state of play down there in that there London. Well, that there London specifically at the moment is where I'm really at. I've gone through the anger stage and the frustration, and now I'm at the almost laughing hysterically stage. At, you know, the classic saying, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry. Well, that's where I'm at the moment with it all, quite frankly. Da Vinci, interesting question, and I'm glad you've asked. It's going. Sorry, for people who can't see the chat, Da Vinci Music says, Jason, how is the EP going? Songs are continuing to be worked on, both up here and on the guitar.
You got some time off coming up.
I was just about to mention that. Yeah, early November. I've got some time booked off work because I have to take the time off, otherwise I'll lose it. We've not had a holiday abroad this year. We've not had any extended holiday breaks anywhere doing anything. So I've got to take the time off work or I'll lose it. And a lot of that time that I've taken off early November is going to be spent on my music specifically. I'm going to really get my head in the game, get a couple of songs finished off, and hopefully get some stuff recorded as well. So that is kind of where we're up to with all of that. It's exciting. As I've talked about before, motivation levels, you know, peaks and troughs with all of that, just like anybody else. But I really do appreciate you asking. And that is the update on that, basically. Yeah. Yes. I wouldn't be opposed to playing a bit of something before we wrap up.
Go on then.
I don't know.
Grab your guitar.
Yeah, I don't know.
The river was deep, but I swam it. Janet. The future is ours, so let's pen it.
I don't know that.
Oh, I was just.
No,
I was randomly singing.
I know. Anything spring to mind?
You haven't got downhill yet, have you?
No. Anyway, for anybody who's unaware, by the way, we've recently rediscovered Go West.
We're crushing on them.
We're crushing on Go West, particularly
Don't Look Down, Girl.
Don't Look Down and Call Me. I think they're the two standouts, aren't they?
And the King of Wishful Thinking.
And the King of Wishful Thinking, yeah. Okay.
But it keeps sounding like you're going to start playing Thorn in My Side.
No, well, that's just the rhythm. Yeah, I think just for easy's sake, I'm not 100% confident with the lyrics. And also, you might want to join me on the chorus, Paul, rather than me sitting here for several minutes just trying to figure out what to play and what to sing. I'll be honest with you, I was going to give you as a sneak peek. It did come into my head. I was like, should I give you as a sneak peek at a verse and a chorus from one of the new songs that's going to be on the new EP?
Well, it's cruel to say that.
No. I'm planting a seed. I'm dangling a carrot. And next time we do a live,
a Friday live in the lounge, so in 3 weeks.
I'll do it then.
Okay.
Yeah. Or the next mukbang, once we've cleared all the stuff out of the way. Yeah. Okay, so let's end with a song. Okay. Yeah, that's just that. It's a short one. We're a little sippy. I'm a one-way motorway. I'm the one that drives away and follows you back home. I'm a street light shining. I'm a white light blinding bright, burning off and on. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again. I'm a new day rising. I'm a brand new stride ahead. Stars upon tonight. I'm a little divided. Do I stay or run away? Leave it all behind. It's times like these you learn to live again. It's times like these you give and give again. It's times like these you learn to love again. It's times like these, time and time again. There we go.
They better not come after us, then Foo Fighters.
They will come after us. You know it, and I know it. It won't specifically be the Foo Fighters that will come after us, but it will be their management that could possibly come after us. Yes.
Scrub up so you can have a read.
Lovely. Oh, thank you, you lovely folk. Thank you. Love it. Appreciate the lovely words and the encouragement. Whimsy, thank you so much for the super chat. That's greatly appreciated. Thank you, Ashley. Leanne, bless you. Thank you. Thank you. I always feel like whenever we or I sing or perform on a YouTube live stream, Adam, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated, mate. Seriously, cheers. Yeah, I always feel like I have to apologize slightly whenever we perform on a YouTube live stream, because our setup is not designed for digital audio to kind of come through in that way. So I do appreciate that sometimes it sounds a little bit like I'm singing underwater. But I hope you all enjoyed that. I think most of you did, and thank you for the awesome support and lovely words. It's really appreciated.
You all rock.
You do. You all absolutely rock. So hold me to account on that. I've put it out there now. Next time we are mukbanging in the kitchen, or we're here Friday chilling in the lounge, I'll give you a secret verse and chorus sample. Yeah, lovely. From one of the new songs on the new EP. Yeah, Naomi, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated.
Right, shall we bring this to a close? That was definitely a closing song. Yeah. I'm going to go and do a COVID test now. I feel fine about that. I don't feel really ill. I just don't feel right.
Yeah, feel wrong.
Yeah, well, wine tastes good, so that's a good sign.
That is a good sign. Yeah, because that was the telltale sign last time, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right, we shall see you all again very, very soon. Thanks so much for watching tonight. Thank you, Oracle, for the gifts of memberships to people. Thank you to everyone for becoming members and for the super chats, for just being here in the chat, for chatting to us and interacting with us, for liking our videos, commenting on them, subscribing to the channel, hitting that notification bell, all of the stuff that matters muchly to us YouTubers. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, everything that Paul just said, hugely appreciative. You get the word out there. It helps us. The channel continues to grow. Awesome.
Obviously, huge thanks to our moderators, Leanne and Ashley. Thank you so much for being here and for holding the fort. Love you, mister.
Love you. Just gave me COVID.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again soon. And until then, please be excellent to yourselves and each other. Bye, loves.